what I learned in my first year of riding was a lot. That was not good riding. Bro! Keep calm and buffer. That was not good riding. That's a nice smell. Whew, I love it. Come on, dude. Yeah! I should probably focus on my riding. Hey, how you going? Hope you're good. To keep things brief so the video isn't too long, I'm just going to hit on each topic kind of quick. Go back and do some more in-depth videos at a later date. The first one is my mental health, I guess. I just feel better for getting out on the bike and riding. I used to do a lot of sport, and one of the things I really enjoyed about that was that it might be training or the game or whatever, I'll be totally focused on that, so I'd forget about all the stresses and strains away from the field or whatever, or the court. And it's kind of like my version of meditation. Not really into that kind of stuff. I tried and that, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it never seemed to get my mind to settle. But yeah, when I'm on the bike, it reminds me of when I was doing sports. Yeah, I just kind of don't think about anything else, and my mind kind of gets into this meditative state, and it just kind of relaxes. So I just feel good when I'm riding, because I just got to focus on riding the bike. Obviously I'm new, the year's not that long, so yeah, it's just important to focus. So just moving along, another thing is if you have to do an online test over here, that was part of getting my L's. But I think for most of them these days you can practice online, so my advice to you would be just if you've got to do an online test and they have a practice one, read the answers first. It's a bit like a board game. When you know the answers, it's super easy. Yeah, so read the stuff first, get familiar with the answers. I just looked at the answers, I didn't look at any of the other multiple choice could be answers. And then yeah, I just took the test, online test, practice test over and over and over until I was getting it right every time, like 100%. And then I went in and did it, smashed it. So another point is where you can ride. You know, where you can ride, where you can practice, that kind of stuff. You know, you're only just starting out, so you want something that's appropriate. So, you know, when I first did this section here, you know, it kind of freaked me out, but it was super exhilarating, and now I just love it. First time around I did miss this sign up here. Yeah, that was fun. I also missed the second one, basically telling me to slow the hell down because there's a stop sign. So yeah, where to ride. So nice quiet streets, residential streets are a good place to start, or right at the beginning. You can start in a car park, but you've got to get there, that's the thing. Maybe got a nice big driveway, something like that, or a dead-end street nearby. But yeah, for me it was finding those quiet residential streets, housing estate, that kind of thing. Just found those to be a good place to practice. yeah, just found those to be a good place to practice. Because they gave you real world kind of scenarios like traffic, you know, dogs running out, kids playing, that kind of stuff. So maybe a slightly steeper learning curve. And it was local as well. So another thing that I learned, and this is a juicy one. So we're talking about practice, right? So when I was practicing for my P's, the motorcycle operations skills test, or whatever it's called over here, basically to get my provisional license, you know, I put in loads of practice. I wanted to, you know, smash the thing. I didn't want to pay the money and fail or have to go over again, do a do-over, that kind of thing. And I practiced really hard, all my slow speed maneuvers, going out, doing different rides, you know, getting the practice in, doing longer rides, that kind of thing. And I was watching, you know, technique videos, Moto Jitsu, those videos are cool. And just trying to be a good rider, start with good technique, that kind of thing. And I was doing what I'm doing now with 2 fingers on the clutch and on the brakes. I'm not going to get into it, but I felt that was the way to be doing it. The problem was, I did a whole lot of practice doing it that way, and then when it came to the day of my test, you know, you do, part of the test is they give you a day, like a course. Just checking he wasn't going to pull out, because often people do at that junction. Yeah, and so when they do those courses, they talk about having like this, all your fingers on the grips, and they don't want to see you hovering over the brakes either. So, you know, there's no discussion about, you know, why it's that's what they're doing. And yeah, I was just getting berated all day. You know, I don't want to see your fingers on the levers, all 4 fingers, and that's fine, you know, that's their way of doing it, that's cool. But the problem was, for me, I had to relearn. So I'd done all this practice and I was just used to that, I had all that muscle memory, all my clutch control, throttle control. You wouldn't think it, but going to this, it was like beginning again. So it just made the day just super tough. Yeah, man, like after a few minutes, I was thinking, man, I might as well just leave, because I'm terrible. Like, this is as if I haven't practiced. But I just hung in there. The guy was really ripping into me. I think he had a great day taking the piss, but anyway, what can you do? But I hung in there, told myself, look, just stay till the end of the day, do the test, and hopefully you pass. And yeah, luckily I passed, because you just got to do the drills, and I went back to muscle memory and all that practice, and I did pass. You know, and there was a section on the day, in the day, during the course. Sorry, just focusing. So yeah, there was a part of the day where we went out for a ride, and on that part I just dropped back to my default, like, because we're in amongst traffic. That's kind of what they're doing. They're testing you how you go in amongst traffic. I wasn't gonna put myself in too much danger, really. Like, I didn't want to ride like I'd never ridden before. They weren't even testing us, but that was a choice that I wanted to make, or I did make, you know, and it was the right one, because I was totally fine. The guy had nothing to say, just had bad things to say about me all day, but on that ride he didn't say a thing. Didn't say anything good, but at least he didn't say anything bad. And I didn't have an accident or anything, which I think maybe they can fail you for. Anyway, so yeah, so I passed. It was funny, because as soon as I passed, the guy was like best buds. Yeah, anyway, what can you do? So I get home, my neighbor, who I've now found out rides or used to ride motorbikes, asked me how it went, told him the story. He said, oh yeah, you know, of course it's gonna go like that, whatever, don't worry about it, just go practice now, do your thing. And that's what I've done. And it's been 1 year since then. And, you know, I'm improving. I still suck. But I'm improving for sure. It's more for me, it's the operating the vehicle, operating the motorcycle. Like, I really struggled with that in the beginning. I had no prior experience, didn't even know who to ask about stuff, that kind of thing. And I've definitely gotten better, you know, and over those first 6 months or so, 9 months, whenever anyone would ask me, like, you know, what are your thoughts, how's it going, that kind of stuff, I'd just say, yeah, it's just got to think about what I'm doing with the bike all the time. It reminds me of when I was learning to drive a manual car. But yeah, you know, I definitely have improved. My spatial awareness was always pretty good. I found that riding my push bike, just a regular mountain bike, you know, around the streets, busy streets in cities and stuff, riding on the road, that kind of thing, I don't know, just got used to traffic and knowing where stuff was, having that spatial awareness. I also spent a few years teaching quads on the dunes, and you had to have really good spatial awareness for that, so you didn't get cleaned up by a ute out there having a bit of fun. And I think you will improve too, no doubt. Time on the bike, muscle memory, you just get better. I know some people say that, oh, it's time on the bike, oh, that doesn't make you get better necessarily. I think it does. You know, I just think you do. All that practice you do, those, you know, your body gets used to it, all those micro adjustments, micro movements, thought processes, that kind of stuff. You know, I used to have a snack before I went out because I was using so much brain power or whatever. Yeah, but now I'm fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm normally hungry when I get back, but that's a different story. Always got to eat. I hope you've found these topics, you know, interesting and helpful. It's got you thinking about stuff. Just kind of ride smart, ride safe, and, you know, like I said, mental health. I just love riding the bike. Feels great. I hope that stuff recorded today. Always a tough one when you get back and a light isn't flashing blue. Don't like the look of that. Stop recording due to low battery. Okay.